My beloved child, come to the river of my grace. Come, my beloved child, step into the river of my grace. Do you hear the sound of the rushing waters? It flows endlessly, unceasingly, cascading down from the heights of my love, nourishing the valleys of your soul. This river is for you, pure, abundant, and overflowing. It has no beginning and no end, for it is drawn from the depths of my eternal heart. Like a mighty waterfall, my grace pours out in torrents, washing over you, cleansing, renewing, and filling every dry and weary place. There is no shortage, no limit to this living water. It flows freely, untouched by the constraints of the world, untouched by time. It is not earned, not measured. It is simply given as the rivers give themselves to the land, as the rain freely falls upon the thirsty earth. Have you ever stood beside a rushing river, watching the waters dance in the sunlight, hearing the symphony of its endless song? That is my grace to you, an ever-present melody of love, singing over you, surrounding you, sustaining you. And just as the river carves new paths through the stone, shaping the very earth it touches, so does my grace shape you, molding you into the reflection of my love. Drink deeply, my child. Why do you thirst when my river is here? Why do you wander in barren lands when I have prepared a place of abundance for you? My child, drink deeply. Immerse yourself in my grace. Let it refresh your weary heart. Let it fill the places within you that have felt dry for too long. You do not have to strive, do not have to beg, do not have to fear that the supply will run out. The river flows without ceasing, fed by the wellspring of my love. In seasons of drought, when the heat of trials bears down upon you, when the weight of burdens presses upon your soul, remember the river still flows. Though you may not always see its source, though you may feel lost in the wilderness, my grace has not abandoned you. It runs beneath the surface, an underground stream sustaining you even when all around you seems barren. You will not wither, for I have planted you by the waters, and your roots are deep in my love. Like the gentle brook that whispers through the forest, my grace speaks in the quiet places. It soothes the wounded heart, carries away the burdens of yesterday, and renews you with each passing moment. There is healing in these waters. There is restoration in my love. Come, step in, be washed anew, a river that overflows. Beloved, my grace is not only for you to receive, but to give. The river does not hoard its waters. It flows outward, spreading life wherever it goes. As you drink deeply from my grace, let it spill over into the lives of others. Be a vessel, a stream through which my love may touch the world. Speak kindness, extend forgiveness, offer compassion. Just as I have freely given to you, so freely give. Do not be afraid to pour out, for you are not the source. The river does not run dry. The more you give, the more you are filled, for my grace multiplies, increasing as it flows. Be generous, my child. Let your life be a reflection of my endless love. Come, rest in the waters. There is no burden too heavy that my river cannot carry, no wound too deep that my waters cannot heal, no past too broken that my grace cannot restore. Let go, my child. Step in and let the current of my love carry you. You do not have to fight against the tide. Simply surrender and allow my grace to lift you. Let your soul find peace in me. Like the still waters that mirror the sky, so shall your heart reflect my love when it rests in me. The storms may come, the winds may howl, but my river remains. It flows through every valley, through every trial, through every season. It is here for you always. Reflect my grace to the world. Now, my beloved, go forth as one who has been refreshed by the waters of grace. Let your words be as gentle as a flowing stream. Let your actions be as life-giving as the rain upon a parched land. Be a fountain of love, a wellspring of mercy, a river of hope. Carry my grace to those who thirst, to those who wander in dry places. And know this, my grace is sufficient. It will never cease. It will never leave you. You are held in the current of my love, forever carried by the river of my grace. Come, my child, the waters are waiting. Step in and be renewed. Beloved child, let my grace flow through you. Come, my beloved, and stand by the river of my grace. Can you hear it? The rush of living water flowing from my heart, pouring out without limit, without end. This is my gift to you, pure, abundant, and free. It is the river that never runs dry, the stream that never ceases, the waterfall that pours out in endless measure. My grace is not a trickle, not a scarce resource to be rationed, but a mighty torrent, rushing forth with power, carving new paths through the hardest places of your heart. It moves with a force greater than your failures, stronger than your fears, deeper than your wounds. Nothing can block its flow, no past mistake, no present struggle, no future uncertainty. My grace moves through every barrier, breaking chains, washing away shame, making all things new. Do you feel weary, my child? Do the burdens of life weigh heavy upon you? Come, step into the cool waters of my mercy. Let them cleanse you. Let them refresh your soul. You do not need to carry what I have already washed away. Release it. Let my river carry your worries far from you, dissolving them in the vast ocean of my love, a river that sustains in every season. The world is filled with dry places, my child, deserts of doubt, wastelands of fear, barren lands of loneliness. But my river never ceases to flow, even in the wilderness, in the heat of trials, in the drought of sorrow, in the famine of hope. My grace sustains you. Have you seen how the trees by the river remain green, even when the heat of the sun scorches the earth? Their roots are deep in the waters, and so they do not wither. This is my promise to you. If you remain in me, if you root yourself in my love, you will never be barren. You will bear fruit in every season, even when all around you seems lifeless. Let my waters nourish you, my child. Do not run to empty wells, to broken cisterns that hold no water. The world offers many streams, but only my river gives life. Drink deeply, and you will never thirst again. Overflow with grace. My grace is not meant to be stored up in hidden places. It is meant to overflow. The river does not hoard its waters, and neither should you. I have filled you so that you may pour out. Let my grace spill from your heart into the lives of others. Speak words that heal, not words that wound. Offer forgiveness where the world demands vengeance. Show kindness where there is none. Be a vessel, my child, an extension of my love. Have you ever watched a waterfall? The water crashes down in endless supply, never stopping, never hesitating. This is how my grace flows through you when you yield to me. It moves with power, unstoppable and unshakable. Trust me to keep you full as you give. You will not run dry. The more you pour out, the more you will be filled. Come and be made new. There is nothing in you that my grace cannot restore. The deepest wounds, the darkest regrets, the heaviest burdens, bring them all to me. My river washes away the stains of the past, purifies what has been broken, and fills the empty places with new life. You are not beyond my reach. You are not too far gone. My waters flow to the lowest valleys, seeking the lost, lifting the weary, carrying the weak. Stand in the river, my child. Let it surround you. Let it fill every hidden crevice of your heart. Let it transform you, renew you, and make you whole. Do not resist the current. Surrender to it. Let my love carry you to places you never imagined, deeper into the fullness of my presence. Reflect my grace to the world. Now, my beloved, go forth as one who has been touched by the river of grace. Let your presence bring refreshment to those who are weary. Be a fountain of love in a world that is parched with selfishness. Be a stream of peace in a world troubled by storms. Let my grace be seen in the way you live, in the way you love, in the way you give. And always remember, my river never ceases, my grace never ends. You are held in the waters of my love, and I will never let you go. Come, my child, the river is waiting. Step in and be renewed.